The Bob Woodruff Foundation, investing in the next chapter of our veterans' lives.
After years of dedicated reporting, Bob Woodruff had finally fulfilled a long-time dream. In December of 2005, he was officially named the co-anchor of ABC's World News Tonight. He seemed to have it all, a loving marriage and 4 beautiful children. On the morning of January 29, 2006, Bob was reporting from an Iraqi tank that was on patrol north of Baghdad. In an instant, just 26 days after starting his new job, Bob's life would take an explosive turn.
The phone rang, and the voice said, "Lee, this is David Weston, who's the president of ABC News," and my heart sort of stopped. You know, I knew that this wasn't good.
Bill, we have some breaking news to report. Our co-anchor of World News Tonight, Bob Woodruff, and his cameraman, Doug Vogt, were injured in an attack.
We are following developments on the condition of ABC News anchor Bob Woodruff.
ABC News anchor Bob Woodruff.
Bob and Doug were quickly evacuated to a U.S. military
have head injuries. They are in the hospital.
About all we really know is that both are in serious condition.
When Bob first arrived here, he was in a semi-comatose state. He was not following commands. He had one particular rock that was about $1/2 in size that completely traversed from the left side of his neck to the right side of his neck, and that was sitting right on top of the carotid artery. Certainly the surgery he had had done in Iraq saved his life. The real question was, what kind of individual we'll have at the end of this period?
I wanted to know, you know, how he would feel about me, if he would recognize me. And so I looked at Dr. Armanda and I said, you know, will he still love me? And he said yes. He said that he hasn't had a patient yet who didn't wake up and love the people that he loved before.
What my wife got through and all this, how she made it through this is, I mean, I did this to her, you know, I did this to the family, and I'm very sad by it, but she's wonderful.
So you go to Germany, which is that he's transferred to Germany, and what's that like to see him? Are you just losing it, or are you trying to keep it together, thinking maybe he's feeling some of this?
I'm keeping it together, and I'm actually at the time thinking, darn, his brows look really good.
I was looking on the positive aspect of all this.
I think I had to focus in on this tiniest little thing to stay sane, because the rest of it was horrific. Bob and I have always shared a great sense of humor, and I've said so many times that if we couldn't laugh, we would probably be crying.
Out of this thing, something positive has happened. The chance to meet some of the others that have gone through this, the ones in the soldiers and the Marines as well. If we can somehow, out of this, help those that are getting injured a little bit more than they're being helped right now, then that would be worth it.
I met somebody along the way, Bob Woodruff, who was overseas covering the news, embedded with the men and women that are protecting us, when he had a closed head injury and almost died. When he saw what happened to those men and women that were fighting overseas in really tough situations to keep you and I free, after his injury, and he knew as he was even in the hospital how difficult this was, and he saw the pain in his own family's eyes, his parents, his wife, his kids. He and his wife decided to start the Bob Woodruff Foundation to put out a helping hand to veterans and their families for when they needed help, because there was nobody to turn to. You know, we don't always take care of our veterans. We don't do a good job at all the times. We're trying to fix that. I remember what it was like for the Vietnam vet. It was a period of time in our history that we did not support the men and women who fought for you and me. Now, I want to thank Bob Woodruff, and I want to thank people throughout the country who are helping the men and women who have our utmost thanks for giving us the quality of life we have in this country. Thank you to the veterans who serve us. Thank you to Bob Woodruff, who's trying to raise the issues and be there with his helping hand.
Less than 1% of our citizenry serve. They stood up for us. It's now our turn to take a stand for heroes.